Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So we have some announcements coming out of the Disney Showcase as well as the Ubisoft Forward. But before we get to those topics and more, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell, and we can keep you up to date with gaming news. Now let's get started. First, let's take a look at that Disney Showcase, and before I get started with this, I'm just going to tell you up front I'm skipping all the mobile games. They're not really something I care about, so if you're interested in those, you may just want to go ahead and watch the full thing yourself. But the first announcement we get is Tron Identity coming to Steam, and that's pretty much all we have as a title. And then we have Disney Illusion Island for the Switch coming out in 2023, and the description for this on the Nintendo eShop says, choose your favorite character and unlock special abilities as you perform high-flying platforming feats, solve fun puzzles, and take on epic boss battles. They also mentioned that this will have 3-player co-op in it. And then they showed an updated trailer for Marvel Midnight Suns, and in this we get a release date of December 2nd. And if you pre-order the game, you'll get a Doctor Strange Defender skin. And then we see some gameplay for Aliens Dark Descent, and this is a tactical squad-based action game. And then we see some new footage for Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, and this is an upcoming open-world action-adventure game that's supposed to release sometime next year. And then we see some footage for LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Saga, and they're announcing 6 new character packs and also a Galactic Edition. And this will include the original game and all 13 character packs. And then we have Return to Monkey Island, and they show off an in-game scrapbook, and the game is set to come out September 19th, which is Talk Like a Pirate Day. And this will be for the Switch and PC. And then we get sort of a teaser announcement that we're going to have a new remastered version of Gargoyles. And we don't have any footage of this remaster, but I imagine it's going to be along the same lines that we saw like with The Lion King and Aladdin. And then we have Monsters, Inc. coming to Disney Speedstorm. And we also have Toy Story coming into Dreamlight Valley. And then the showcase ends with an untitled Captain America and Black Panther game. Now there's been some information that's leaked out ahead of time about this game, and it's supposed to take place during World War II. And some of the locations of the game are supposed to include Paris and Wakanda, and should feature 4 characters, which include a young Steve Rogers as Zuri, which is the grandfather of Black Panther, Gabriel Jones, which is a U.S. soldier and member of the Howling Commandos, and Nanali, which is supposed to be the leader of the Wakandan spy network. So overall, I wasn't really impressed with what was shown here. We got some updated information for games we already knew were coming out, and then some teases of games that will be coming, but not any gameplay. Honestly, probably the biggest announcement here may have been the Disney's Illusion Island, just because it was a new game announcement and the gameplay looked fairly complete. But if you watched the showcase, let me know what you think. It just seems to me like it was mostly focused on mobile games. We also had an Ubisoft Forward and an Assassin's Creed showcase over the weekend, and let's start looking at the Assassin's Creed information. So first we have Assassin's Creed Mirage finally announced, and this is going to go back to the original gameplay roots, and it'll be focused more on social stealth and more traditional Assassin's Creed gameplay rather than the RPG focused games we've seen in the last several years. Now the game does star Basim from Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and it's supposed to take place several decades earlier, so we're looking at a prequel with this game. We also had announced Assassin's Creed Valhalla will get its last chapter, and then we had a couple of new Assassin's Creed codenamed games announced. We have codenamed Red, and this is going to take place in feudal Japan. And then we have codename Hexe, which is supposed to be featuring witchcraft. Now these 2 codename games are going to fall under what they're calling Assassin's Creed Infinity. And Infinity is not a game by itself, it's more of a hub for future games. And they did say they're going to be working on supporting multiplayer through Assassin's Creed Infinity. And now let's look over at the Ubisoft Forward part. We have Brawlhalla and Castlevania. So Simon Belmont and Alucard are both coming to Brawlhalla October 19th. And then we see some pretty extensive gameplay footage for Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope. And they outline quite a bit of gameplay elements as well as just going through complete boss battles. And at the end of this, they did announce the first DLC that'll be coming soon, starring Rayman. Next we saw Skull and Bones, and this is a new trailer focusing on ship customization, as well as the in-game trading network known as the Helm. And they showed some other features as well, and it was also confirmed that Skull and Bones will feature cross-play at launch, and the launch date is November 8th. Then we see a new trailer for The Division Heartland, and there is still no release date yet, but you can still sign up for the beta testing. And then after years of being a PC exclusive, we see Trackmania coming to consoles in 2023. And this will include crossplay and cross-progression with its PC counterpart. Now, no Switch version is going to be available, but it will be on the Xbox Series systems, PlayStation 5, Google Stadia, and Amazon Luna. And then finally, we have the ever-present Just Dance 2023 version, and I don't think there's going to be a version for the Wii this year, although I think they've skipped the Wii the last couple of years. But let me know in the comments if this is the first year there's no Wii version. And that was the majority of the announcements at both the Ubisoft Forward and the Assassin's Creed Showcase. Now, I did skip a lot of the mobile game announcements because they just don't really excite me, so if you're interested in mobile, you should probably go check out both of those presentations. And finally, I know we take a look at the Famitsu sales coming out of Japan every Friday, but we also have some interesting information about the sales numbers coming out of the UK. Let's take a look at the headline here from GameIndustry.biz. PS5 overtakes Nintendo Switch to become 2022's best-selling console so far. So in this article, they point out that the PS5 in the UK has had stock levels up 56% in August compared to July. And even though the PS5 has outsold all other consoles this year in the UK, it's not all good news. The article says, however, just under 880,000 consoles have been sold this year, which is a drop of nearly 36% compared with the first 8 months of 2021. So even though the PS5 is the best-selling console so far this year in the UK, it is still being hampered by supply constraints. Now, we just had that 1200 model of the PS5 start getting out to stores, and I'm wondering if this will help with the supply issues. But right now, we're not exactly sure what's been changed inside that 1200 model. I know some people have gotten their hands on it and opened it, but I don't think anybody's done a real deep dive to look to see maybe what chips may have changed or even confirmed if they've went to the 6 nanometer processor. So maybe this revision will help Sony reach that 18 million units sold. And that's all we have for today. Did anything we cover catch your attention? Were there any announcements at either the Disney Showcase or the Ubisoft Forward that you're really looking forward to? And I still have to wonder if the PlayStation 5 is going to hit that 18 million units sold this fiscal year. What are your thoughts? Drop a comment about those topics or anything else we covered today. I want to thank you for watching and be good.